Welcome to Permaculture Poppy, aka Myco-Symbiote's world. Reconnect, regenerate, rebel from the culture of hate. Let's grow, propagate, and myceliate. Watch, like, subscribe, go outside.
When I was younger, I would go to these permaculture communities and everybody be protesting and complaining. They say, the government needs to do this, or like, I'm upset that the community doesn't work like this or doesn't work like that. And I'm just like, you guys are the smartest people. You guys know all the problems, and we're the closest ones to the actual value. So how come we're not the richest people that's paying the politician? How come we're not the richest people that's making the decisions for the land?
Compost. Then I planted them. Then I put wood chips over them. I think that was all. But we gave them lots of love. And this summer they've gotten liquid fish, fish hydrolysate once or twice. So they're just happy as can. You all took permaculture courses. You often read this book called Tree Crops, A Permanent Agriculture. That was written in the 20s and then in the 50s by a guy named J. Russell Smith. So they talked about all the good things you can do with agroforestry, more diverse farming, with shade for the farm animals, with multiple income streams. So in there was a guy from Downingtown nearby here, PA, called John Hershey. So that's why I said to these guys, oh, these are Hershey persimmons. So bunches of us have kind of gone up there, and the trees are still there. So there's places in Downingtown where I've got persimmons this big that the ground gets like marmalade. They're beautiful. They're ignored in suburbia, but so my buddies, mostly this guy Zach Elfers, you keep hearing about, and Buzzy Ferber and others, have identified 7 great varieties and grafted them. So this is like the Noah's Ark of the Hershey persimmons. This is 2 each of those, and we've given them names. If you do the research, John Hershey had a catalog. So this might be whatever variety. We just don't know because he died in '67. And both places got developed, but that's part of what we do here is get, these are seedlings of really good honey locusts that are grown for big pods, extra sweet, that are thornless. So we're trying to preserve that genetics, the persimmons by grafting, and probably too the same with the honey locusts. They'll probably end up as understock where people graft onto them because they're seedlings, right? So seedlings, like we said, are kind of like having kids. So that's just the briefest aside of the kind of stuff we do here. But so those persimmons are nice. I hadn't realized myself I have a fruit on one of them already. That's excellent. And that's another little figment of grafting. So this is crazy. So if you have a grafted tree 4 feet tall and a seedling 4 feet tall, that grafted tree will set fruit 2 or 3 years faster than the seedling, mostly because you took a piece from an older, more mature tree and plopped it on top. Isn't that crazy? So that's only, they call it precociousness, meaning fruiting early because it's grafted. So isn't that crazy? Mm-hmm. So anyway, so that's that brief rabbit hole. Collected seed, and I collected some too, and we thought we'd make money. So the guys selling wholesale seed offered so little, I said, fuck this, I'm going to scatter them. So I remember the year, 2010, we started scattering them. So these are the flowers, or the seed heads of the native ramps. You guys all know the native ramps?
Yeah, my son does $2,000 or $3,000 worth of business with restaurants and ramps.
Oh, wow.
In the springtime.
Well, for those that don't, the ramps are a native onion garlic cousin that are much in demand. So they're an ephemeral. So in the spring, they look like a lily. They're like squat leaves, shiny deep green leaves. Then they disappear. And then in June or so, they'll make round flowers. And now when the pawpaws are ripe, the ramp seeds are ripe. So for many years now, I've scattered them here. So it looks like they were born here, and how much money did I spend doing it? No. Not a dime. And the same with the Virginia bluebells, the late blue ones. you come here in late April. I
Oh.
invite you all back right now.
Yeah.
You'll be astounded at what's in here now.
Second class, late April. I'll
Yeah.
upgrade it next time since y'all got the intro.
Okay, good.
Let's do it next late April. It's godly time of ramps and these. So now old Pappy gets on his knees in the woods and clips these, and then gives a few away. The only people I sell them to are Experimental Farm Network.
Oh, I love those guys.
Yeah, they're old buddies.
Did he get his seed from you?
Yeah.
I think he's selling the seed now.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, he might have other sources, but he
Yeah.
gets a nice shot from me. Maybe a pound, like this much of these little BBs, which is a lot of crawling around in the woods for old Pappy.
Yeah. Are you shaking them out of the pods, or what are
No.
you looking for when you're
Just
harvesting?
clip 'em
Well,
and,
when they're black, just you don't have to. You don't need clippers. You just clip them off, throw them in your bag, and then keep these out with some air to where they dry and explode off in the next 10 days or so. Rub them, then you got these black BBs. So this is one reason they're not here, even though there might be some half a mile away. Is these are like a BB. They're not going to fly in the wind. Animals aren't going to eat many of these,
Right.
so they're not going to poop them out. So they're happy to grow here, but they weren't here. So this is the fun that we
so
do
they
with.
just spread themselves slowly.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Yeah, very slowly.
drop
So this is an ideal one that humans can assist, kind of like pawpaws and other things. So there's a lot in here, but this is the best spot where I see, billions of concentrated seedlings. So William, this is a great story for you. Look at these friggin' spores.
Whoa, Reishi.
These are reishi.
Yeah, that's Reishi.
Look at all the spores.
Oh, they're dumping.
Yeah, it's Ganoderma applanatum.
Applanatum.
Applanatum. It's the artist's Reishi.
I thought it was some kind of reishi cousin. I didn't know it was an out-and-out reishi.
Yeah, I mean, they like the term Reishi. I think people are gonna start using it just for the shiny ones.
Ah.
So people can classify, but like these are still medicinal. They're just like not like the shiny lacquered reishi.
Well, what's funny is when we found the golden oysters, I looked at the bark and I convinced myself it was on maple.
Mhm.
This was maple. We took it down. This is where we inoculated with chainsaw.
Mhm.
None of them took. I'd be willing to bet now they were on poplar.
Yeah.
Talked to too many
Okay.
people. I just couldn't tell from the bark and made a stupid guess. So we spent half a day with shallow kerf and put them in here with clay on top.
Okay.
But they didn't take. So I tried once to get the golden oysters around here. See all this? Me and Charlie and Sparky. Usually chases people.